What started with some wine ended with this woman's arrest. Now at 6, the bizarre behavior police say 3 children witnessed during her drinking binge. Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Hurtado.
And I'm Jamison Euler. Brendan and Wendy are off tonight. How's this for a wild night? Police say a St. Pete mother's night of drinking included taking off her top, urinating off the pier, and kicking a police officer in the stomach. Tonight, our Eric Waxler is live in St. Petersburg with how it all started. Eric?
Jamison, the trouble started down the road at the pier and ended here in Straw Park. Police say that this St. Petersburg mother in a minivan was so out of control, her own kids were trying to get away from her. St. Petersburg police say Christine King was drinking Chardonnay out of a box last night. Then she drove to the pier with her 2 daughters, ages 12 and 5, and an 11-year-old friend of theirs. They say King bought more alcohol, then urinated off the side of the pier. As King drove near Beach Drive, police say she got angry at the kids and nearly hit a man walking out of a restaurant. The children then jumped out of the minivan and started running away.
At one point, just prior to them bailing out of the van, she actually struck one of them in the face, and her behavior at that point, I think, caused them alarm enough to the point where they thought they'd better flee.
Witnesses saw King chasing after the children, and 2 men tried to restrain her.
She began to suggest to them that maybe the reason they were doing this was because they wanted to have relations with her, and at that point, to emphasize the point, I guess she decided to go ahead and remove her top.
Even after police arrived, King's erratic behavior continued.
She continued to make suggestive remarks to the officer. At one point, she had a cigarette in her hand. She actually flipped it in his direction. When the officer, after she'd been placed under arrest and brought to the station, they attempted to place her in a police cruiser. At that point, she kicked the officer in the stomach. This was just one continuous bad decision after another.
Police say this is the mother's 3rd DUI. They also say that when the grandmother came to pick up the children, she indicated to police that Christine King had only recently regained custody of her kids. Live in St. Petersburg, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.